Hey there guys, this is the last lesson in the series of business management lessons. Now I certainly didn't cover everything, I can tell you that right now. In fact, we could probably do 50 to 100 of these lessons, and I think we've done 9 or 10 or 11 of them so far. But this lesson is actually a question that I'm answering for Matt Fisher. So Matt, thank you for submitting this question. And his question in a nutshell is, how do I set up and run a business? I'm working full-time on another job, so I want to set up and run a business part-time. What are the critical things that I need to do to make that happen so that I can be successful in a part-time business? And I thought that was actually a great question, Matt. Now, I answered a lot, and I certainly covered heavily in the business management boot camp and some of the others as well, because there are a few pieces involved. So I'm going to give you those pieces right now, and if you want to take time to write them down, here are the critical things that you must do or you don't have a business. Number one, you got to locate prospects. That's first step of the 5 steps. Okay, so how do I locate prospects? Well, there's 2 kinds of prospects. There's FSBOs and there's bank-owned properties. Okay, the FSBOs, there's only 2 ways that we do it around here, and that is we have our virtual assistant call FSBOs and fill out complete property information sheets, which you'll find on your Gold Club membership site. And if you don't have a virtual assistant, Elsa will set you one up. If you don't have her application, then you can get it from us. You can get it off of our Gold Club membership site and get Elsa to find your VA. You do not want to find your own VA. Elsa finds them, trains them, hires them, pays them, and fires them, and monitors them. So trust me, it's very inexpensive to have a VA, and you do not want to do it yourself. So step 1 is get somebody to get you a VA, and there's nobody better at it than Elsa. That VA will call your FSBOs. That VA will screen them for you. And then that same VA can also get yellow letters in the mail for you if you want, because that's the second way to find FSBOs. And that's all we do here. We got a sign, we got a few signs out. I got a sign on my truck. We got a few little odds and ends, but most of our deals come from calling FSBOs and sending out yellow letters. We don't even send out the yellow letters unless the FSBOs slow down. And I can tell you, you can build a whole business by doing nothing but that. All right, so that's your buying machine. Not complicated, not expensive, but it starts with a VA. All right, here comes a flood of FSBOs. Now you got to weed them out, and this is where you come in. You take the few that survive the stack, you call them, and you find out for sure if they want a lease option their property, whether they're an AX candidate, whether they're a get the deed candidate or a sandwich lease candidate, and you go visit the house and leave them with a lease option agreement. That's your part. So I would expect you to go visit a house or 2 a week from the stack of FSBOs that you got called by your VA or that you got from your yellow letters, which incidentally your VA calls those as well and completes the sheet. And so you go out and you lease them contract. Well, your buying is over. Pick up the contract or have them bring it to you and sign, and you just control a piece of real estate. Now, next thing, of course, is the selling process. So watch this. Your VA sets up your flyer of the house. Your VA runs ads on Craigslist and all the other sites to the flyer, which the flyer is on Postlets and on Craigslist, and it explains all the details about the house. So the VA runs the ads online and brings candidates to that site. So you send them to the property. And a voicemail system can do that if they're calling. The web page can do that if they're coming online. Whoop, there they go to the property. Now your VA follows up with the ones that show interest. Your VA screens them to see if they have money or credit, and your VA hands you that information, and then you get on the telephone with them when they look like they're a candidate and set a meeting. And at that meeting is where you get their deposit and go over all of the other things that you need to discuss, such as the late penalty and the repairs and whatever particular details apply to this situation. And then you simply send it over to the attorney to get the attorney to close the lease purchase. And the VA can fill out the contract for you if you tell them how to fill in the blanks and disperse it over to the attorney and set up the closing. This is why this does not take much time if you do it correctly. And I'm glad you're working full-time, if you are, because now you'll spend the time that you have doing the right stuff, and the right stuff is putting the right people in place to do all of the stuff that are required to do this business. And if you're buying bank-owned properties, that's even easier. Get your realtor to set you up with listingbook.com. Here comes the bank-owned properties every single day. Pick out what you want to make an offer on. Pull up the pictures to see what condition is in. Don't leave your desk. Sit on your rump at home. Make offers on houses. Give them to the realtors. Let them go make the offers and take the ones that come through and get accepted. Then go look at the house and then set up the closing. If you're going to fund it, of course, you're going to have a private lender to do that with. If you're going to flip it, then you get your VA to drive traffic to your ad that flips it on a wholesale basis. I know that was pretty fast, and I know that was certainly a 4-day seminar in about 5 minutes, but that's it, guys. And frankly, if you just master those few steps, you will easily turn this into a very high 6-figure business very fast. Around here in Jacksonville, Scott is currently doing, and my whole business is Scott full-time and a VA part-time. He's currently doing about 3 axe deals a week and at least 1 bank-owned property per week with him working at it full-time, which means he's the guy that goes out and gets a contract signed. He's the guy that submits the offers to the realtors and they do all the work. And he's the guy that just manages all the details. You know, I say he's working full-time. I'm not sure what that means, how many hours he's putting in, but it is true. If you've got 8 hours, you can find stuff to do in 8 hours. It's also true if you've got 2 hours, you can you can do the important things in those 2 hours that could easily consume 8 hours if you've got that block of time to kill. So it's not about how much time you have, it's about what you do to get the best use of that time. And I promise you, if you don't learn delegating, if you don't learn to get other people to do this stuff for a very, very small price, you're always going to be in the minutia trap. You're always going to be spinning your wheels. You're always going to be wondering where the day went and why not much happened. So we got to get you out of the way. Come see me at Business Management and let me spend 3 days trying to do that for you. Some people say this is the best event they ever attend. Some people tell me if I hadn't come here, I would have been bankrupt in 3 months. So please come see me while you have the chance. It's 3 days, and go to ronsbusinessmanagement.com. It's at a deeply discounted price right now. Or call our office, 800-567-6128, but get there. See you soon.